think I've got to the point where I have officially grown out my fringe. What do you think? It's this long. Is that official? I had a thick block fringe and this is just over a year of growth. My hair does grow particularly fast, which when I had a fringe was a nightmare. So I would just get it trimmed and then it would be back in my eyeballs. And with shaving my leg hair and whatnot, it just springs back up within like a day. I can't say for sure that everyone would get to this point after a year. Different people's hair grows at different rates. A year is a bloody good point to get to. I've tried growing my fringe out at least twice before, couldn't hack it, gave in both times and cut it back in. Ever since I began on my fringe journey, I have had so many of you asking me for advice how to grow your fringe out without losing your mind. So here are some tips and thoughts and things to keep you sane and get rid of that fringe. Pin it back, hide it, cover it up, twist it, twirl it, bop it, jazz it up somehow so that it's gone and out of your way and you don't have to be annoyed by it. I hate doing fancy things with my hair. I hate trying interesting hairstyles. The most adventurous thing I do is curl my hair every now and then. Trying fancy hairstyles was not something that I did, but that's an option. I'm sure if you search on YouTube, there are a bunch of tutorials for hairstyles that hide fringes. The most simple one that I tried was just like twirling your fringe. You kind of get your fringe and then put it with like some long hair and gradually like twist it like that and then kind of pin it. What I did most of the time was drown my fringe in bobby pins. I would just grab it kind of like this, pin a bunch of pins in the side, pin a bunch of pins in that side, stick it down. Didn't look super fancy, but it did the job. Another thing you could do is some hair wraps. I've never used these. You could pin it or twirl it back and then do some kind of like thing like this. Something like this as well could be handy. This is just a little headband and as you can see it kind of is designed to scoop. Sometimes I look a bit like a lion or someone on a windy beach. I found that my fringe looked better and blended into my hair better when it was curled, so I did start curling my hair quite a bit and experimenting with like no heat hairstyles. If I were using straightener, for example, one thing I would do is grab my fringe and then kind of, I wasn't putting a big curl in it, I was just making it kind of swoosh away from my face. Really the main thing for me in those first few months is just doing whatever I can to make sure it's not annoying me, getting in my eyeballs, irritating me, looking like crap, because if it's aggravating you, you're less likely to stick with it and just break and cut it back in one day and tell yourself you'll try again another day. But enough times of doing that and then you have a fringe for like 25 years like I did. Your fringe is looking better than mine. As your fringe starts to grow out, this might sound counterintuitive, but you might want to get it cut. So I had a block fringe and then just long, dead straight, dark hair. And as it started to grow out, I had just like some little chunky curtains and then just a sheet of hair. So I got the fringe just kind of thinned out. If you get it thinned out nicely and sort of fade it into your hair a little bit, it becomes more of a cascade of annoying fringe rather than a block of hair curtains. It takes the weight out of it, helps it blend better into the rest of your hair. You could also consider your overall haircut and hair length. Quite a few months in, I had my hair cut to a length that for me is pretty short because I normally always have had long hair. I got it cut to around here. I just wanted to try short hair for a while, but also with my hair shorter, especially when I was like curling it and trying to zhuzh it up, it just blended nicer. I think I had some long layers put in it as well so that it was a bit textured and then the fringe didn't stand out so much against just straight hair. So it was all a bit kind of blendy and choppy and interesting, and then as the fringe grew out, the rest of the hair carried on growing as well, and it wasn't such a contrast. Does that make sense? This I guess you can do at any point, but I found that it was most helpful towards the last leg of like the most annoying part. So when my fringe was like maybe around here and it was really starting to get on my nerves, I started experimenting with my parting. I'd always had a mostly central parting. I started like swishing it, trying some little flicks, and I found that a big swoosh over one side actually helped hide the fringe and blend it into the rest of my hair pretty well. So I started wearing it in quite a deep parting for a long time, and then I've gradually moved it over a little bit more, so I think it's sort of around here that I'm wearing my parting now. It changes every time I wash my hair, to be honest. And all my greys live in here as well. Can you see them? This is where they live. I was feeling really down about my hair at one point, and I was so close to cutting the fringe back in, and then it occurred to me to play around with my parting, and that really made a big difference for me. I didn't keep the hairstyle, I didn't wear the parting like that all the time, but it just gave me another option that didn't involve loads of fiddly doing stuff with my hair. I just flicked it. If you want some hold in whatever you're doing, you could try hair mousse, you can try blow drying it with a bit of hair mousse, and obviously just treat your hair well, treat your body well, nourish yourself. There are supplements and vitamins and things that you can take for hair growth. I can't comment on if they're any good. I took one years ago, but I haven't taken any since. I don't know a lot about that, but it's something you can do. I do take a multivitamin. I take the Veg 1 multivitamin vegan tablets. The orange ones are my favourite. They're just like little crunchy sweets. Everything else aside, I guess I would just say try not to think about it. I found it really difficult personally because I never really wear makeup day to day. I'll maybe wear like a bit of mascara, do my eyebrows or something, but my hair was always the thing that gave me confidence. So suddenly feeling like it looked crap and I couldn't really do a lot about it other than wait was a pain in the butt. But I stuck with it. I tried to mostly ignore my hair and feel good about, you know, my outfits if I was going out by putting extra effort into my makeup or wearing some jewellery. I just had to take the focus off my hair for nearly a year. If you're currently trying or thinking of trying to grow out a fringe, I believe in you. You can do this. I will probably cut a fringe back in at some point in my life. I loved my fringe, so I will have one again at some point, I'm sure. But I just wanted to experience life fringeless for a while, and it's really nice. The wind used to be my enemy when I had a fringe because I was meticulous about like no gaps. It had to be very sleek and straight. Then the wind would come along like ruin it. So now I can just embrace the wind, and that's very nice. I feel like I look older and like more mature mama, which I like. And as weird as this sounds, I didn't want a fringe for my wedding. I can't really explain why, I just didn't want one. I hope this was helpful. Good luck if you are on your own fringe journey. You can do it. Don't let the fringe beat you. Thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye bye. I tried recording a funny little Patreon shout-outs bit in Sainsbury's, but I think Alex had his hand over the microphone. Do you think it was your fault, Alex?
Probably.
He says probably, yeah, it probably was. It was mildly funny, but there were a lot of people coming down the aisle and like making me feel awkward and ruining it. And it's really late at night now, the night before I'm posting this, so I've kind of run out of options, so I'm just gonna do a little voiceover and say hello, thank you patrons, thank you so much for your support. Thank you Elizabeth, thank you Emma, thank you Jessica, Lene, Maria and Shania. And some of the patron names might not actually be correct on this end screen. I've had a million technical problems tonight, I'm really sorry. I'll fix it, it will be perfect for the next video, just bear with me if it's not quite right on this one. Thank you all so much, and thank you to all of my patrons. Yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.